Hello again everyone, and welcome back to Linode. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to set up your very own self-signed certificate. Now the thing is, you really should be using a real certificate when you can, but in the absence of an ability to get a real certificate, a self-signed certificate could be a good alternative. Even though it's self-signed, it's not going to be recognized by any certificate authority, but the thing is, it is still a valid certificate, so it's better than nothing. Now today's video is going to be very quick because the process is not that long, but it's still something that you should be doing at least, again in the absence of a real certificate, so we're going to be checking out the process in today's video. So let's get started. So here I am on my laptop. I'm already connected to my Linode instance, and we can go ahead and get started and check out how to create a self-signed certificate. So what I'll do is I'll switch over to the root user. So what I'll do is I'll just make a new directory, and I'll create that directory in root's home directory. I'll call it certs, and then I'll chain that right into a cd command to change into that directory. So what we're going to do is use the OpenSSL command to create the certificate. We'll make a request, and we want to create a new certificate. We also want a new key as well. I'll create an RSA certificate, and I'll set the strength to 4096. I'll also include the -X509 option. I'll set it to expire in 1 year. The output file, I'm going to give that a name. I'll call it my certificate. And I'll set the output file name for the key as well. And I'll keep that one simple. I'll just call it mykey.key. So it's asking me for some additional information to generate the key properly. So for country name, it's asking for the 2-letter code for the country. In my case, it's US. For the state, it wants the full name. So I'll type Michigan. For the city, I'll set that to Detroit. For the name of the organization, I'll just call it Linode. Organizational unit, I'll just call it IT. I guess that's good enough. And then for the domain name, you want to set this equal to your domain name. I don't actually have a domain for this particular instance, so what I'm going to do is just set it equal to Linode-Ubuntu, and then .example.com. I'll press enter. For the email address, I'll just go ahead and put a sample email address right here. And that's it. Now the next thing that we need to do is restrict the permissions. We don't want the key to be easily accessible or actually accessible at all. So what I'm going to do is use the chmod command. I'll change the permissions to 400. And I'm inside the certs directory, but just to be on the safe side, I'll type out the entire path. So /root, and then certs, and then mykey.key. So here we can see that the permission string right here for my key is a lot more restrictive than the one above it. That's what we want. We definitely don't want that key to leak out. Anytime a key for a certificate leaks out, that certificate is invalidated. You can't trust it. You shouldn't use it. And there you go. That's actually all there was to creating a certificate. As far as using this certificate, it all depends on what you want to use it for. There's all kinds of different applications that you can use on Linode. So I'll leave it up to you to read the documentation and insert this key wherever you need it. But at the very least, you now know how to create a self-signed certificate on your server. And that was all there was to it. As you just saw, creating a self-signed certificate was a very easy process. So I'll leave it up to you to insert that certificate in whichever app you're running on your Linode server. There's all kinds of different apps and one-click apps available that you can use this cert in. But again, I'll leave that up to you. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you again very soon.